So this is a story that shows us just how much of a hereditary dictatorship Saudi Arabia is. Saudi Arabia moves to indict some radical Twitter users. Ooh, radicals. Of course. I already expect the outrage from the classical liberal community is going to be very little since, again, Trump's supporting these people, but, you know. Here's some more. Saudi Arabia has said it will indict a group of radical Twitter users charged with harming the public order, according to a statement on its state news agency website on Sunday. The size of the groups indicted, and their identities have not been disclosed. However, Saudi Arabia's spokesman for the Ministry of Culture and Information, which, yes, does sound very Orwellian, Hadi Agwafi, I think that's how you pronounce it, I could be wrong on that, tweeted ahead of the statement that radical Sunni cleric Ali al-Rabi'i, Rabi'i, I think is what it is, had been summoned to the Committee for Publication Crimes, which again sounds extremely Orwellian. I like how that's a thing in Saudi Arabia, publication crimes. You can't publish something in Saudi Arabia without fear of they're gonna arrest you. But anyway, also, I'm just gonna say this right now. By the way, I apologize if I get the names wrong. It's just, you know, I don't know Arabic, so my apologies if I pronounce something wrong. Ali Rabi's frequently tweets about Shia Muslims, who he refers to as rejectionists, a derogatory term for the minority group. The cleric's profile photo on the social network also features the image of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, with devil horns. Again, my apologies if I pronounced any of those names wrong. So, one thing that you have to know about Saudi Arabia is they do not have freedom of speech. They do not. They are one of the worst countries in the world when it comes to freedom of expression, or when it comes to just about anything, honestly. They're a dictatorship that practices Sharia law, and instead of focusing on, you know, reforming it or not bankrolling terrorists or things like that, they're like, let's get rid of radical Twitter users. Because of course. Now, how do we fix this? It's actually very simple, because I've talked about before, we give money to Saudi Arabia. We, you know, support Saudi Arabia through weapons. What you need to do is you need to stop doing that, and they could be like, until they stop doing things like this, and then we can just be like, oh, we're not going to stop until you stop. Oh. And then maybe they'll stop, maybe they won't. At least then they'll be so isolated they can't affect anything like they are now, where they're blockading Yemen and things like that. Also, for the record, I'm still waiting for all the humanitarian trademark interventionists to say, let's destroy Saudi Arabia, but, you know, I have a good feeling that's not going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.